everyone, I am Anthropomantic Fiend, and I do horror-related things on the internet. Today, I am doing a contest entry for Horror In TOJ. His channel is awesome. I'll link it below, but you probably know who he is anyway if you're here. His channel is awesome, and he's doing a contest. And, I mean, honestly, I have so many movies right now that I still need to watch that the last thing I need is more movies, but this is kind of something that I thought would be fun to talk about anyway, so regardless of whether I win or not, this is going to be fun. So the only question that he asked for the contest is, what is your favorite horror movie? Which is honestly not an easy question because, I mean, it is so hard to pick favorites with there being so many good movies. I could pick so many of the classic Universal movies, some of the Hammer movies, there's a lot of modern and like 70s and 80s stuff that's really good. But I went even further back to a movie that I can't pick a definite favorite, but this is what I'm going with because this movie has been a movie that I've loved for a really long time, since the very beginning of when I started getting into actual horror movies. And that is Nosferatu, the original 1922 German silent Dracula adaptation. It really is. It's a bootleg version of Dracula, basically. Probably, if you are a horror fan, which I'm assuming you are if you're even here, you know what Nosferatu is. It's a bootleg version of Dracula from the 20s that Florence Stoker, Bram Stoker, the author of Dracula's Widow, tried to get destroyed because they had done this illegal bootleg version of Dracula where they changed all the characters' names. But it's really cool. It just sort of strips the story down to its essentials and creates this version of the Count. He's not called Dracula in this version, he's called Orlok. I love, you know, glamorous, elegant vampires, and I love sort of moody, tragic vampires. This guy is just demonic and menacing, and there's nothing glamorous about him really, although I sort of like the idea of living in this sort of desolate abandoned castle like he does, but that's just me. There's nothing attractive about him. He's just this menacing creature who wants to drink people's blood and kill them and spread the plague. I love just how it just goes for the throat in that respect. Ha. Pun. That actually wasn't intentional. The other thing I really love about this is it's got the sort of 20s German expressionism thing going on. Not on the insane level of a movie like Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, but I especially like how much they play with Count Orlok's shadow, sort of being able to move things for him and just sort of almost taking on a life of its own. And yeah, that just iconic scene of, at the climax of the movie, Count Orlok's shadow climbing up the stairs, then reaching for and opening the door, and then you can see the shadow of his hand creeping up Ellen's chest and grabbing at her heart. It's just really, really cool. Yeah, like I said, I've loved this movie for a really, really long time. Like, I got into horror when I was still fairly little, and I didn't start with the more recent stuff. I started back with the 20s and 30s movies, and this was one of them. And you know, I would go to places and they would have like coloring pages, and I would turn them over, and instead of coloring things in, I would start drawing Count Orlok's shadow on the back. So yeah, this movie is creepy, it's beautiful. I mean, some of the acting's kind of melodramatic looking back at it now, but that kind of adds to the charm of it for me. It's just a really beautiful and creepy, well done version of the Dracula story, despite it being a bootleg. So I've got to say that my favorite horror movie of all time, even though I don't like saying that, if I had to pick, it would be Nosferatu. So that is my contest entry. Best of luck to everybody else who's entered. You probably, I don't know, we all kind of obsessively hoard movies, from what I understand, so I don't know if any of us need more movies, but yeah, best of luck to everyone entering, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll see you in another one. Bye.